Let's see what type of instrument we can create using Legos. I bet y'all weren't expecting a new intro. Let's import the Lego sound. Let's crop the file so we're left with this sound. This is our kick sound. This is our hi-hat. And we're going to keep the snare as is. If you have a sound you want me to try and make music out of, let me know in the comments. I actually just opened up a subscriber page on Instagram if you want to subscribe to me. Let's pitch down the kick. That beat sounds like this. Let's crop the hi-hat. Let's pitch up the hi-hat. Here's the groove so far. Let's add a compressor and some reverb, and here's our drum kit. Let's see what type of music we can make using Fortnite. Let's import the pump shotgun sound. Let's crop the file. Let's add a gate. Let's cut off the high end for our kick sound. We're going to isolate the middle frequencies for the snare. Here's our hi-hat. Thank y'all for the continued support in this series. This is episode 111. And as usual, if you have a sound you want me to try and make music out of, let me know in the comments. Let's pitch down the kick. Here's the groove. Let's pitch up the snare and turn down the length. Here's the groove now. Let's pitch up the hi-hat and turn down the length. Add a compressor and some reverb, and here's our drum kit. Let's see what type of music we can make using a drawer. Let's import the sound of the drawer closing. Let's crop it. Let's turn the volume down. Let's export our drawer kick. Side note, I did not expect to do 14 episodes of this, and I'm starting to run out of ideas. So if you guys have any ideas of what sound you want me to use next, drop them in the comments. I hope you realize that no one's going to comment, right? Worth a shot. Let's repeat the process using the sound of the drawer opening. Let's cut off some of the lows so it sounds thinner. And now let's export that file. Let's take the drawer kick, pitch it down and assign it to this note. Let's crop the snare, pitch it down and assign it to this note. Let's add some reverb. Now it sounds like this. Let's see what type of music we can make using a light switch. Let's import the light switch sounds. Let's cut the clips to remove the space. So now we have our samples right next to each other. Let's add a new audio track. Let's put the second light switch sample on that track, crop them again. For the first light switch sound, let's make it all low end. It's kind of like my voice in the mornings, nothing but low end. Let's isolate the middle frequencies for our second light switch sound. Let's export the first file. Let's export the second file. Let's crop the kick, pitch it down and assign it to this note. Repeat the process with the snare sound and assign it to this note. I'm starting to feel like the more you mess around with beats and drums, the similar everything sounds. Yeah, kind of like your intros. Hey, I recorded in the morning when my voice is uncharacteristically deep, so at least it's a little different. Let's add some reverb. And now we got a wood block. Let's see what type of music we can make using Roblox. Let's import the walking sound. Let's crop the file so we're left with one step. Let's turn up the volume and export the sound. Thank you all for the continued support in this series. This is episode 107. And as usual, if you have sound you want me to try and make music out of, let me know in the comments. Let's pitch down the sound for our kick. Here's what it sounds like. Let's pitch the sound up this time. Here's our snare. Let's add a compressor and some reverb, and here's our drum kit. Let's see the type of music we can make using a pencil. Let's import our three sounds. Let's crop all three sounds. Let's add some lows and cut off some highs for our kick sound. We're going to do the exact opposite for our hi-hat sound. Let's boost the middle frequencies of our snare sound and export all three sounds. It's reasons like this why we would bang our pencils against literally everything at school. Or was that just me who did that? Let's crop our kick sound and pitch it down. Repeat the process with the snare. Let's crop our hi-hat. Drop in the comments, what was your favorite subject at school? And lunch does not count as a subject. Let's cut off some high end for the whole kit. Let's add some reverb. Drum kit sounds like this. Let's see the type of music we can make using the Hawk Tuh Girl. I don't think I said that quite right. I don't even need to play all this sound. We all know what it is.
Fuck, two, and spit on that thing.
Let's crop the file, so now we're left with the T sound. T is a very percussive syllable, so this will be a good drum kit. Let's run it through a gate and repeat the process with this sound. Thank you all for the continued support in this series. This is episode 103. And as usual, if you have a sound you want me to try and make music out of, let me know in the comments. We're going to crop the T sound, pitch it up, and cut off the low end. So we have this. Let's pitch it down, turn down the length, and cut off the high end. We're left with this. Repeat the process with the snare, except let's not pitch it down as much. Add some reverb, and here's our 808. Let's see what type of music we can make using a pool cue. Let's import the pool cue. I can already tell that this is going to have good kick drum properties. There's a sense I never thought I'd say. Let's import the sound of the pool ball. Let's export both the sounds. I forgot to EQ the sounds. That's how long it's been since I've done this. Let's cut the highs on the kick. Let's add some low mid on the cue ball. Let's pitch down the pool cue. Let's repeat the process for the cue ball. Let's turn down our low end and turn up our low mids. The entire kit sounds like this. Let's see what type of music we can make using a car engine. Let's import the car engine. Let's crop the file. Let's cut the clip into two different parts. So I've isolated one clip. It sounds like this. The other sample we're going to use sounds like this. Let's turn up the mids for one. Let's take out some of the lows for the other sound. Let's export both the files. Let's crop the first car engine sound. Pitch it down and assign it to this note. Let's crop the other car engine sample and assign it to this note here. Let's add some reverb. Now we got a brush kit. Now make white noise into a snare. Impossible. Well, I'm always up for a good challenge. Let's see what we can do. So here's the hi-hat groove. It's kind of like a drumstick sound in a way. Let's add a compressor and some reverb here. Compressor, and let's go ahead and get us a reverb plugin. Let's use this plugin here. And now here's our drum kit. Let's see what type of music we can make using Fortnite. Let's see what type of music we can make using a book. Let's import the sound of the book closing. Let's crop it. Let's EQ it to give our kick some low end. Let's import the sound of the pages. They're going to sound like this. Let's quantize the pages just so it's an even rhythm. Let's turn up our middle frequencies. Now let's export that sound. Let's crop the sample of the book closing. Pitch it down and assign it to this note. Let's pitch the pages up and assign it to this note. The pages sound kind of has that 64th note trap beat, kind of. And now our drum kit sounds like this. Let's see what type of music we can make using Minecraft. Let's import the Minecraft door. Now these are 4 separate sounds. This will be our hi-hat. This one sounds like it could be a tom. This one's our kick. And this will be our snare. Let's add a noise gate to eliminate the quieter sound. Thank you all for the continued support in this series. This is episode 93. And as usual, if you have a sound you want to try and make music out of, let me know in the comments. Let's pitch down the kick. Let's repeat the process with the snare. Let's turn down the length of our hi-hat and pitch it up. Sounds like this. We're going to import the tom sound 3 different times. It's an 808, so let's turn up the bass. Let's add some reverb, and here's a drum kit. Let's see what type of music we can make using Minecraft.
That was bound to happen at some point. Let's import the piston sound. Let's crop the file. Here's our first sound. Let's isolate the high mids. This will be our second sound, and we're going to cut off the high end. Make sure to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm 53 subscribers away from 1,000. Let's pitch down the kick. Here's the other sound. Let's take that first sound and pitch it up. Let's turn down the length for the brush sound. Sounds like this. Let's add a compressor, tape delay, and some reverb, and here's our jazz kit.
Let's see what type of music we can make using a door closing.
Let's import the door.
Let's crop the file, and let's export it. Let's open up our 808.
We're going to set our tempo.
We're going to load the door in as 2 separate sounds. We're going to crop the sample. We're going to pitch it down and shorten it so that it sounds like this. The second sample we're just going to keep as is. Let's cut off the high end. And then we're just going to make some more slight adjustments, just for taste. Add some reverb, and there you have it.
See what type of music we can make using a basketball.
Let's import the swish sound. Let's add a gate to remove the background noise. And now the waveform looks more percussive. Let's cut off the high end for one sound. This will be our second sound. If you have a sound you want me to try and make music out of, let me know in the comments. Let's pitch down the first swish sound. Sounds like this. Our second sound is going to remain the same. Sounds like this. We're going to pitch up the second sound. Now it sounds like this. I'm totally going to save this groove because I'm thinking of doing a full song with it for the 100th episode. So add some reverb, and here's our brush kit.